Hello all, welcome to Let's Code Noobs channel. In today's video, we will see about the while loop, some other features of for loop, then exit statements and the functions. So let's get into it. Yesterday I said about usage of list in printing the for loop. Hello is the placeholder, and if I write print hello, it will give 1 2 3 4 5 6, that we know. Now if I want to print the hello, then I will add some code. This hello statements will be printed the number of elements in the list. Next is, yesterday we saw about the range index. Now I have sliced that index and added the steps feature. So if I want to just get the odd numbers in this range, that is from 1 to 20, I just sliced the statement, just want the odd numbers present between 1 to 20. See, this is the result. Next we will go to the while statement. The syntax of while statement is while, condition and colon, then indentation. Here I have assigned x is equal to 0, so 0 lesser than 7, x is equal to x plus 1, print x up to 7. In Python we can add else along with the while, so that we'll get the result like after 7 we'll get over. See, that's it for while statement. Then comes the exit statements. We all know break and continue, since we might have learned in C program. The break statement is used to exit the current loop where the condition was executed. Next is continue statement, goes to the top of the nearest enclosing loop. Next is the pass statement, which is the attribute of Python, where if we want to leave the loop without getting an error, we can type just pass. That's it. We don't want to write any conditions, etc. First we will see the example of pass. If I execute this, we will get an error. See, unexpected end of file while passing. If I add a pass here, we will not get an error. Since we did not give the instruction to print, we will not get the output also. Next we will see about the break and continue statement. Here a is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. I want I value to print the 5 numbers, so we have got it. If I type break here, then once the loop is executed, it will exit from that for loop and it will print the value. I said that continue statement will go to the top of the nearest enclosing loop. In order to explain that clearly, we will add another for loop here. For j in a print j. First we will see without any break or continue statement, we will get first a value is equal to 1, it will print 1. Actually the loop is executed as first I will proceed and take the value of a as 1, then j will be running inside this for loop where we will get 1 2 3 4 5 for every 5 numbers. For example 1 1 2 3 4 5, then 2 1 2 3 4 5, etc. up to 5 1 2 3 4 5. That is printed here. Adding break here, we'll just execute this one time and exit it completely. Now we will add continue. This will go to the top of the loop, that is it will print only I every time, 1 2 3 4 5, that's it. Once this is completed, it will leave. This will be the same as the first time when we did not add any exit statements. 1 1 2 3 4 5, 2 1 2 3 4 5, 3 1 2 3 4 5, same thing. If we double click this, the output will get minimized. Next we will move to the other useful functions in Python. This is our list. We'll execute this. Then we want to find the maximum of list. In C we might have written a long program, but in Python there are many shortcuts in order to skip off some basic programs. See, max of list will get 9 and minimum the same algorithm. It will find the minimum thing, will get 0. Then if we want to find the length of this list, we will just print len of the list. Next we are going to import some of the random functions from the method random, shuffle, randint, randrange, etc. I will tell the difference between randint and randrange. Randint of 1 comma 100 means it will pick any random variable every time you execute this statement. First we have to execute this. Now 43, if we run this 6, it will give the different answer every time we run. Then shuffle list, it will reorganize randomly the elements of the list. Now see, it is reorganized in some random order. The difference between the randint and rand range means in randint it will take the elements between 1 and 100, but in rand range it will take from 1 to 99. That is the difference between randint and rand range. Next, I have added some Python trick in order to get help when we need it. If you want to know about any keyword in Python, we have to just add a question mark at the end of it and execute it. Next is type of. We know that A is a list here. We have assigned it. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if it execute this, type of A is list. We can use for anything. I will write shuffle. See, it will give us a method. Okay, that's it. We'll move for the functions. Functions are the reusable items. That is, for example, functions are used to save the number of lines in the code. If we want to execute a particular sequence of code more than once, we should not write the same sequence again and again. Instead, we should write it under a function and call the function as many number of times we need it. This is an example of function. In Python, the syntax for function is def keyword, which means define, then the function name, then parenthesis, colon and indentation. That's it. Here I have used the function name called rom and I said print rom. When we execute this, we'll get the output. Next is the addition of numbers, where I have passed two arguments n1 and n2 and I asked the function to return this operation. Next we will go to the title list comprehension. List comprehension is one of the good concepts in Python. Here comprehension means if we want to create a list that is already existing, but we have to just add the list. We don't want to type the same components again in the new list. Instead we can just refer it to the newly created list. We will see in detail. A is the previously created list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want the elements in A to be assigned to new. If single element, we can just directly assign it to the new list, but since there are more than one element, we have to use a for loop. The placeholder for the same variable must be used here and here. In keyword, then A target list. Now we will run this cell, then we will run new. See, the elements of A is now assigned to new. Now I want to just get the multiples of even number between 1 to 10 in the list num. Numbers is the placeholder name I am using. For placeholder name in keyword range of 1 to 10. This is the another feature of for loop. Instead of colon and indentation in the next line, then writing the condition, we can write directly like this: range of 1, 11 if number modulo 2 equal to 0, which means an even number, should be multiplied by 2. When we execute this, we'll get 4, 8, 12, 16, 10. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's it. Thank you.